So this one says, would you ever have a sugar daddy or mommy in your life?
See, I ain't like these other niggas. I don't play no games about my shit. To be honest, tryna go home with ya.
Yeah, man. What's good, everybody? So today we are going to do like a little 21 questions challenge at this restaurant with my friend Ginger. And they basically have these like Choco Tacos, if anybody knows about those. And it's like ice cream in like a taco looking shell. It's like a waffle cone, I think. And it looks like they put a whole bunch of stuff on these. You can get them in a whole bunch of different type of flavors and stuff. So about to go pick her up first, and I'll see you guys at her house. We definitely ain't sitting outside. We definitely not sitting outside.
Oh no, it's windy.
Oh man.
And cold.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. It's still Corona season. People out like it's not. I don't judge them.
I am definitely a mask person.
Facts. Damn, I was wondering if you want to. Should I do like to get mine?
I mean, probably should.
All right, hold on now. Hold on. I was wondering if you had yours. All right. See, look at me. I'm talking shit. People out here. No one to see me. Alright, we good. So you guys, you do not know her yet, but this is Ginger. Ginger, how do we know each other?
Our dads went to college together, and they've been best buds since, but we have fallen out of contact.
Facts. We like went on, was it just one trip, or is it like?
Yeah, I think it was just down to Florida when we were like, it was before Lauren was born.
Yeah.
So like a long time ago.
So we have like a little baby picture together, which I've seen before. The crazy thing is that, like, I used to see it all the time, but I didn't know who the heck she was. I was like,
when you showed up, I was like, oh, who's this? Like, oh, wait, like, from the photo?
For real, I was like, wait, what? So today we're gonna try to do this like, I came up with like, I think it's just 20 questions, but we're gonna say it's 21 questions. And we're just gonna do that in the car while we eating these, what are they called?
Ice cream tacos.
Ice cream tacos. Are they fried?
You can get fried gelato.
You can get fried.
Ice cream tacos are not.
Okay. We gonna see, y'all. We are going to see.
Oh, dude, if you just start going like the whole Fulton over on Fulton Market, if you want to walk over there later, like the coolest spot.
It's not a game.
Unicorn Dreams. I always thought that was just like a little over the top with the sprinkles and the birthday cake ice cream.
Is that the one that? Is that the one that I saw, the blue one?
That must be. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it has gummy worms and like fruity marshmallows and rainbow. Yeah, that's got to be that one. Yeah, that one's insane. Beef and that was
caramel.
That one actually kind of looks good. Rolos.
Chocolate colored pretzels. Wait, what's a Rolo?
It's like a little. It's like Twix but without the cookie in it. So it's literally chocolate caramel. Yeah. No, wait. I was gonna say you don't have to do any of these because you can literally just like choose. So this is like all the toppings you can choose from. You want to make your own.
What do you usually do? Do you like chocolate?
I do. So I usually get. I go crazy for the ice cream flavors. I go crazy for what do I have flavors? Where is it? Oh, filling. So I usually get the cookies and cream one, and then do cookie dough, and I do cookies and cream, cookie dough, caramel pearls. What else did I do last time? I think Oreo pieces.
Oh, okay.
And then
Actually, that sounds pretty fire.
Yeah. But literally, like.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. I've never really even been over here on this side. I mean, I think I might have been to one. There's a bar. What's it called? There's like a bar. I think I told you about it last time. It's like they have bowling. like a big area. They have like food places where you can eat inside there.
That sounds like something that would be like over in like Coca Market.
Yeah,
Definitely over
I forget exactly what it was called though, but I know it was like over here actually, but damn, I forget what it was called. But they have one over in Milwaukee, and we never went, but it was like huge. We definitely should have went. I don't know why we didn't. Hey, let's go. All right, y'all. So this is it. This thing looks amazing. I don't know why. At first, when you said it, I was thinking that it was real, like, taco shells.
Tacos?
And I was like, all right, hold on. They definitely are not using real taco shells.
Like,
Did you get the same thing?
I
Damn
just
near?
got the chocolate shell.
Okay,
and then
okay.
I got cookie dough pieces on it.
All right. So you be cutting this, or you be eating it with your hands?
I just use spoon. Oh, the packages have spoons in them.
Okay.
Because I've never tried to like actually pick it up and eat it. I'm like, oh god, that'd be a disaster.
For real.
Oh no, just cookie pieces and ice cream everywhere.
My dad, I honestly think I got my sweet tooth from my dad. My dad, like, used to, honestly, I think he used to eat chocolate every single day.
Yeah.
But he used to be, like, working out a lot. And lately, he's been doing, like, 300 push-ups a day. I don't know what, yeah, I was like,
whoa.
I don't know what prompted you to do all that. But power to him.
My mom and my grandpa both love ice cream, and I love ice cream, so I'm like, all right, clear path.
Yep.
Clear path of who this came from.
And the thing is, that's so, like, bad but also good about it, is that since you know that they love ice cream, they're never really gonna turn it down.
Exactly. They're never gonna be like, hey, don't do that.
All right. Let's get into these questions.
All right.
All right, who's going first?
I can go first.
All right, cool. So, why did you put an end to your last relationship?
It was kind of like multitude of things. Like, it wasn't on my terms, but at the same time, like, I was at the end of the semester, like, I was coming back to Chicago, and then I was gonna spend a whole year abroad. So it just kind of like fell apart. To be honest.
Wait, where did you start dating this dude at?
At school, when I was in high school. Not in college.
College,
I was a
okay.
sophomore in college. So it just kind of like fell apart, honestly.
Okay.
And it was kind of like, it's for the best. I was gonna be gone for a year, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about you. I can't do long distance.
Oh no, no.
really
I have
can't.
seen. I learned that not personally, but just seeing. I had roommates my freshman year, and they like I was living in an apartment with 5 other girls. Like 3 of them came in this semester having boyfriends. One of them, they'd agreed to do an open relationship, so she was going off doing her thing.
Wow.
The other girl had like just started dating this guy like 3 months ago, so like that's also like, oh good lord. And then the other girl, she was just like, we go out to drink and go to clubs, and she was just like all over other dudes. So we're like, okay, so that's obviously
so
not gonna work.
yep.
She like drunk called her boyfriend, was talking about how much fun she had at the club, and we're all trying to like snatch her phone from her. Like, shut up! Like, do not say this.
Okay. Do you think it's true that guys cheat on girls more, or do you think it's an equal thing? Because like I feel like the consensus is people think that guys cheat on girls more than girls cheat on guys. But I feel like girls get away with it more.
I think girls get away with it more because I feel like when girls cheat, it's like more subtle. It's not like, oh, like I went and like had sex with this guy. It's more of like they're like texting and sending photos and that kind of thing versus like actual like physical cheating thing.
Right.
And I think it honestly, like, people can't really make that broad statement because like so many different types of people cheat.
Yeah.
So you can't really separate it out from like guys and women. So
let's see. Do you hold any grudges against anyone? Do I hold any grudges against anyone? Yes, I do. And I shouldn't even have to say this. I don't hold any grudges against... I've only held a grudge against one person. Against one person. Do I say... I'm not gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say his name.
No, do not say the person's name.
I'm not gonna say his name. But listen, this man was my best friend growing up. Like, my best friend. And like our falling out was he ended up stealing from me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so I was like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I'll like forgive somebody for, but I feel like when you steal from somebody, that's your like friend. Like I just can't even trust you anymore.
That's like a breaking of trust.
Yeah.
Like disloyalty. Like nope.
And then I'm almost 99% positive he came back to my house when my sister had graduated, because they were like friends first. They went to school together when they were in like kindergarten. He came back to my house because she invited him over, and I was like distancing myself. I went inside and I'm like, well, where's at? Wait.
Oh no!
We don't cut that out. We're not gonna say it.
Cut it out.
Cut that out. And I'm like, where is he at? And she's like, oh, he said he went to the bathroom. And so I'm like, downstairs or upstairs? And she's like, upstairs. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, you know this man will like take my shit. I kid you not, hand on the freaking Bible. I go upstairs, he's not in the bathroom. I look to my left because my bedroom is right there. This man is in my bedroom in my drawer. I was like, bro, what are you doing? This man closes the thing. He literally like rushes past me, and I was thinking before he rushed past me, I'm like, do I stop this man? And I let him go, and I really wish that I had stopped him, because later I found out that one of my like earpieces. Now I don't know. I'm not gonna say that's exactly what he took or if he took anything, but I just know that there was an earpiece that I used to use for PlayStation, and the thing that he stole from me the first time was a PlayStation game.
Oh no!
I don't know if that was just me trying to make sense of it, but yeah. What annoys you most about people?
I'm only like second guessing this because I feel like I have like a lot of like little pet peeves, but they're pet peeves like everybody has.
What's like the one that really comes to your mind, like when you first think about it? It's like
being selfish and stupid, and like those being like the two things combined together.
Okay.
Like being selfishly stupid.
Okay.
Like,
give an example.
Okay, so like when people, this is the one thing that like I just get so upset about, is when people like park wrong, like in parking spaces.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Yeah. I don't know why people do that.
Exactly.
It's like you don't have to do that.
Exactly. That's why
You have
it's
to do
stupid.
it.
And that's stupidly selfish. It's like, who are you upset with? Like, who is this for?
So this one says, would you ever have a sugar daddy or mommy in your life? Well, you know you only live once.
I mean,
You know? And it's like, I wouldn't like turn down the opportunity if it's just like, I mean, that's money.
you could go ahead and say yes, because I
Yeah,
would say
okay,
yes
yeah.
too.
Okay, cool.
I was waiting for you to answer. I was like, if he says no, I'm just gonna be like, I mean,
Okay, cool. Yeah, hell
yeah, of course.
My sister was just on the way home. Where were we at? We were like we was out in Orland for coming back from my mom's birthday. And she was showing me, there's like these old men just like hitting her up, talking about like they'll be her sugar daddies and stuff. And then she told her boyfriend about it. He was like, you shouldn't even tell me. But did you get that money though? I'm like, yup.
Do you think people can control their own destiny? I guess I mean, like, what does it mean by destiny?
So like, okay, I'll give you this example. My grandma always says, everything happens for a reason, and whatever is gonna happen because it's already written.
Okay.
Now she's religious, and she I think she's taking after stuff that maybe her pastor has said or whatever. So she kind of believes that we're literally just like almost like this moment with us, it was like destined to happen.
Okay.
And so like no matter what we do, like we kind of don't have free will, but we think that we have free will, and so it makes like the journey better or whatever.
I think that you do have some ability to control your destiny, but I think that I do believe that some things were meant to happen, but not like all sorts of things. So like, I guess the example is like when I was like looking at schools to go to for college, I like was set in stone. Like I was not going to go to school in the US. I was going to go to school in Europe, and I got into a lot of schools over there. Like I got into all the schools, and then I got into Kent State, and they happened to give me a lot more scholarship money. And so I like made the choice to like go to Kent State, and I like was bawling my eyes out when I made that choice. Like, I don't want to go to school in Ohio. Like I don't want to do it. It's gonna be awful. Like, da, da, da. And lo and behold, like, it became such this great opportunity. It was like opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, like, made itself available to me after that. Like, going to study abroad for the first time, like, getting to travel, be a part of, like, honors college summits and, like, speak at conventions and stuff like that. Like, so many different things start happening, and these all, like, led to where I am now, and I'm about to, like, go to grad school as well and do something that I never would have discovered had I not gone down that path. So I feel like there's some things that are kind of like it's meant to happen. Like, certain things happen the way that they are. Yeah. But I think that it just depends on what it is. Like, I feel like I'm not a believer of, like, every single thing is already pre-planned out. I do believe in free will and free choice, but I think that, like, certain choices, like, Okay, so I'm about to nerd out for a second here. So I'm a big Doctor Who fan, and there's this one episode
Doctor Who's got some, like, crazy, like, behind-the-scenes shit that you would never even think about.
Oh, it's so crazy. Yeah. But there's this one episode that I absolutely love, and it's basically kind of the, like, friend of the Doctor's. It's like she sees some psychic, and the psychic's kind of like, on the day that you met the Doctor and started traveling with him, the day before that, like, you decided to turn right on a street, and it led you to, like, some accident or whatever that he was involved in, and a whole rabbit hole of things. But what if you hadn't turned right? What if you turned left? And then it just was this whole, like, domino effect of all these different things that would have happened differently in her life and in the world had she not turned right.
And that's what in the world, that's what I be thinking about sometimes. Like, in the world, like, I feel like sometimes I kind of want to go somewhere where the, like, we don't have to, because I don't want this battery to die. Have you ever experienced something you couldn't explain? This is you, I think?
It's you.
It's me?
It's you.
Have you ever experienced something you couldn't explain?
Ghosts, werewolves.
Ghosts, actually, yeah, okay. I've experienced ghosts one time with my grandma and my sister, and we were at Daytona Beach. If you guys want to look it up, there's like this hotel down in Daytona Beach that's basically haunted. And my sister was telling me, oh, like, don't tell grandma about it, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, we didn't tell her about it until we got there and checked in. And she actually didn't even care about it. So I was like, well, shit, if you don't care about it, let's see if we can change the room to the room that's supposedly haunted. But the hotel was like, no, that we don't let people go to the room anymore, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, wait, is this a real thing?
Wait a second.
I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. So this is real. So one day, I think it was like the second night or something, we ended up going, we was about to go downstairs to go out and eat for dinner. And I was like, well, grandma, could we go to the room first? And she was like, and like at that time I was super, super into ghosts, just because, like, I feel like knowing about ghosts kind of like tells you a little bit about, like, what's next, like the afterlife and stuff like that. And so I was like, just trying to figure out, are ghosts real and stuff like that. And so we ended up going to the room. My sister was scared, so she stayed at the elevators. So, but it was me and my grandma. We ended up walking up to the room. In the video, and you guys can watch this video, like I said, on YouTube. In the video, it said the ghost would open the door, like leave the door unlocked. But like I'm sure they would want to, like, if they're not gonna let people stay in it, they would want to lock, right?
Yeah.
And so we get to the door, and the door is like cracked. And so I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, and me and her both knew, because like we watched the video too. And so I'm like, oh shoot. And so like I opened the door a little bit, because I was like, well, maybe there actually are people in there, maybe they just tell people.
Around.
Right.
Yeah.
The room was completely like pitch black, just like pitch black.
No,
and they must have had like some type of like stuff covering the windows. But we heard people in there. And when I say people, I'm not talking about 2-3 voices. It sounded like there was like seven voices in there. And it was like, it sounded like little kids, and it also sounded like adults. And we were like, and so we looked at each other, and my grandma goes, don't you open that door. And so I opened the door. I opened the door.
Yeah, let's go.
When I tell you I've never experienced this in my life, something came over us and I don't know what it was. And it wasn't like, you know how sometimes you get so like excited or scared or something, like you get that rush in your gut right here. I'll say it was kind of like that, because the sensation is kind of like warm. But I think that might have just been me being scared. But it also, there's something that went through me. And I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain the feeling. But my grandma felt it too. And when I tell you I dipped, I left my grandma. I had to come back because I ran so fast. And I was like, grandma, come on. And we went downstairs, and we ended up telling them, they ended up calling security. They started freaking out, the front desk people. And it was like this whole thing.
They're like, oh, not again. What the hell?
She was crazy though.
No, see, for the longest time, I wasn't like I liked the idea of ghosts, and I would like to think they're real until literally this past year. So, I lived in a single dorm this past year, and this dorm block, like I always been like, I don't want to live there because it had this reputation for like ghosts and stuff, because there were a lot of kids had like committed suicide in this building because they lived by themselves, so they're like super isolated and depressing kind of thing. And so like I'd been already living there for like 6 months, so I was like, I didn't see anything, like okay, no ghosts, whatever. And then it was like the day before Halloween, so like already spooky season, guys, already spooky season. And I literally like was sitting in my bed. Mind you, my room is like, it was so small, it was like 9 by 9 square, so itty bitty, little bed, desk, wardrobe, that's it. Yeah. And so I literally like wake up in the middle of the night, and I see like this girl just standing in my room. She's just like drowned. She looks like she's just drowned, like hair in front of her face, drowned, dead ass. And I was like, I can't believe this. I must be hallucinating. I must be hallucinating. And then she started walking towards me, and I freaked the fuck out, and I turned the light on.
And she just disappeared?
And she just disappeared.
Oh like, my God. Are you serious?
Oh my God. I slept, I put my little string lamp lights on and slept with the lights on the rest of the night. And I did the next night too, because I was scared shitless. And I don't
even know what I would do.
And then I like the next day I was like, I must have been hallucinating something, or maybe I've been watching like, too much Supernatural or something like that. Cause like she kind of reminded me of like one of the ghosts or whatever that was like in a Supernatural episode I'd watched like 2 weeks before or something like that. I'm like, oh, it's gotta be my grand's tricking me or something like that. But I freaked, and I'm not a screamer. Like I didn't scream. I'm not screaming. I literally just like froze. And I was just like.
Yeah.
She's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. And I called my parents like the next day. I was like, there's somebody in my room, like, and then like I told them it was ghosts, and they're like, they started yelling. I'm like, no, I saw her, and I wasn't drunk. Like I hadn't been drinking that night. And I was like, nope. I used to think it would be so cool to meet a ghost.
Damn, I used to think so too.
I'm out. I am officially out of that club.
I honestly kind of wish I could see one though. My mom used to see ghosts too, like a lot. Really? Like her and her brother, I think, when they were kids, used to see ghosts a lot. Nope. All right, you guys. Well, I feel like this video might be very long, so we're gonna go ahead and end it out here. It was fun. It was good, like hanging out with Ginger too. I feel like we're definitely gonna be like friends, and like I feel like we really just started hanging out. We like went on a bike ride the other day and stuff like that, but like we literally just started hanging out. I think the first time we hung out was back in December. Yeah, something like that. So, yeah. All right, you guys. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Ray's Vlogs. You subscribe. You fucks with it.
I did.
She fucks with it, guys. This is why you guys hop on. You can tell them.
Jump on the hype train, guys. It is real.
I'm telling y'all. All right, y'all. Peace.